Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. My name is Dave Welch. I'm the president of the Texas Pastor Council. We represent.
We have to do everything exactly right, and I have you as David Welch on your witness affirmation, so you need to be David and not Dave here.
Okay, my mom calls me that too. I am David Welch, president of the Texas Pastor Council. We are a coalition of pastors throughout Texas. We are very racially and ethnically diverse. I am also one of the pastors subpoenaed by the mayor in Houston over this issue in the last couple of years. We are here in favor because we have been asked by pastors around the state, and I'm presenting you a letter.
And I have you, Texas Pastor Council, and yourself, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for the bill.
That's correct. And as I've been listening to the testimony, this is very simple, and I would bring to your attention the letter that was presented to you as it passed out to you. The difference here is that we need a state uniform standard. What much of this testimony is ignoring is the reality of the increasing number of the abuse of these ordinances, because what they're creating in local law and applied over all businesses and private facilities in the cities is a definition of gender identity that simply varies from city to city, and all are open-ended. The definitions of gender identity, you'll notice, are different in every city. In fact, as we know, in places like New York City, there now are 31 genders identified. When you apply that to private facilities such as showers, restrooms, and locker rooms in particular, that means there is no criteria by which anyone can keep anyone who claims to be another gender out of those facilities for whatever their purpose may be. So the reality is, and the truth is, and we saw this come in Houston, this is happening increasingly around the state, where we have incidents occurring where those who are using these ordinances wrongly, and it creates a patchwork of inconsistency throughout the state of Texas. We believe in equal protection, but this is creating unequal protection, and we're passing ordinances. These ordinances, in fact, are a solution looking for a problem, or a solution looking for a problem. These are the incidents where when the city of Houston, the citizens of Houston, overturned the ordinance by a vote of 61% to 31%. It was very clear what the citizens were asking for, and what the citizens and churches throughout Texas now, we have 750 pastors who have signed on to that letter you were just provided, are asking that we need our women and our children protected. They're not for sale. We talk about loss of jobs, really? Are we saying that people in other states and event planners are going to tell those of us living here every day that we're going to have to jeopardize and threaten the emotional and physical safety and privacy of our women and children in facilities, from showers and schools and locker rooms all over the state of Texas, so they can have an event here? Is that the trade-off? Well, we're not willing to make that trade-off, and we're asking you as legislators to pass a simple, reasoned bill, which we believe 2899 is that provides a reasoned standard that says these kind of discussions and decisions should be the same for all of Texans. And 2899 provides some reasoned standards in regards to this narrow window and limited area of public accommodations of showers, restrooms, and locker rooms. So that's our position on it. We believe it's reasoned. We believe it's the right one because it does protect and defend all of Texas equally. And we do believe our women and children deserve that. And these incidents are occurring all over the country. It's not just about physical safety. They deserve privacy.
Members, do you have any questions for Pastor Welch? Just for the record, would you agree with me that, particularly with respect to men that dress like women that have gone into women's restroom, that there's never been an incident problem? I mean, are you aware of any time where there's ever been a problem?
Yes, there are documented examples of that, but these incidents are only part of what the challenge is. We can provide you incidents all over the country.
I'm not aware of any problems in that regard, historical.
Well, we're not saying that the transgender community are part of that problem.
Make sure that
what we're saying.
Clearly stated on that now. I also understand, the struggle of, that you relate to with respect to changing facilities and maybe locker where you have children, and then you have, so if you have females and suddenly you have a male that identifies female going there, that's where I think that's the line that's being crossed. It's caused so much trouble because I don't think there's a historical problem with respect to the other. I haven't seen it. I've been on this committee a long time. I've never seen that community, present any problem. I really hadn't.
Are you aware of the incidents that are occurring around the country now where students are, and in particular in schools, but also we're seeing this in public facilities as well, such as workout facilities, where women are going into their own showers and locker rooms, biological males are using those facilities without any physical changes, and the women are being told, you have to live with this. Okay? This is happening all over, and part of it is because Mr. Chair,
I guess the reason I'm bringing this up because I'm wondering if we kind of have a bifurcated issue here. I mean, it started out with the whole issue of the bathroom, which we don't seem to have a historical problem. Now you're talking about something that's entirely different, and honestly, people are. That's something that people struggle with. So
I'm
we're
different in
trying to
what way,
figure out
Mr. Chair? I'm not sure I'm following you. Different in what way?
Pardon me?
Different in what way? I don't follow you.
I'm saying there's been no historical evidence of folks that men that are, dress as women, and I'm trying to be respectful. I hope everybody out there knows it. That are using women's restroom. There's not. I'm not aware of any problems with that. I'm not aware of people having problems. And I asked my wife, and she never encountered a problem with that incident.
Well, we have had incidents
I
in Houston that
understand where you're
occurs.
coming from. Where particularly with respect to locker rooms and changing things. That seems to be the unspoken issue that's causing all this consternation. So we're trying to figure out what is the right thing to do.
Well, Mr. Chair, the problem is in these local ordinances. That's what we're dealing with here, because in these local ordinances,
So do you believe, Pastor, if these are issues that have always historically taken care of themselves, and suddenly you've got these ordinances that are changing the dynamics of how things are dealt with, correct?
yes, and historically men use men's facilities, women use women's facilities, and there wasn't really any confusion over that. But now we have local ordinances being passed that force and open facilities to anyone. Look, if you read the definitions that you're provided, there is no parameters. I don't have to change anything physically or even in my dress to claim that my gender is female, because it's all about my perception of my gender. That's specific language in these definitions. So these definitions don't require any alteration, change of my look, my appearance, my dress, or my biology, if you will, or my makeup. I don't have to change anything to be able to claim my gender expression and identity as female. That's the problem, Mr. Chair. Because there's no standard and there's no limitation, that means that there's no legal ability for anyone to stop a biological man dressed as a man who claims to be female, and those incidents are occurring around the country. So the question is, why are we doing this? Why are we opening up for all facilities, all showers and all locker rooms, and all restrooms in the cities, under all conditions, for this one part of our population, which represents 0.2%? It's problematic, and that's this is why we need to have this
I'm trying to understand.
a uniform standard.
Representative Rodriguez.
Mr. Chairman, and for the sake of so many people that still need to testify, I just want to say, what you're talking about sounds like if I decide one day I want to dress like a woman and go into a woman's restroom and nothing can happen to me, that would be a crime and I would be arrested. But what I think that this bill is trying to address, and I think what a lot of people are going to talk about, is the transgender community, which is a completely different thing. than what you're talking about. So I just want to get that out there because what you're talking about is already it's a criminal offense. I can't just start walking into a women's restroom all of a sudden. And whether this bill passes or doesn't pass, that's illegal. And I just think we need to get
No, it's
that
not
down
under
right
these
now.
ordinances. Okay.
Oh, yes, it absolutely.
No, it's not. You're not. If you read the
It's okay.
definitions.
It's all right. Okay,
okay.
I'm sorry I
Yeah,
brought
I'm
it up.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
good.
sorry.
And I want to
We'll take it.
remind
You
the
can't,
audience.
you can't have your own
uh,
facts. Read the definitions.
Please,
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
please no demonstrations. Well, thank you once again. This is a really difficult issue that we're trying to work our way through. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, there were pastors in my own district that, the head of a pastors association that lives in the district that I represent, that called me regarding this the other day. I have not seen or been able to touch or feel the incidents that you're talking about, like in health clubs and that kind of thing. If you have reports of specific incidents with specific health clubs, would you please present those
Yes, ma'am.
to me? Because, I never seen that happen.
I'll be happy to. We
Thank
provide you a list of
Thank you.
documented
Thank you.
incidents.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your testimony. Chuck Smith?
Thank you.